Hello.
And good morning.
And good morning.
Yes.
That's our new greeting.
Yes, hello and good morning.
That's never been used
Doesn't matter
before.
the time of day. This is the official Color Circuit podcast called Circuit Board, episode 17. Wow. We've been alive for more than 17 weeks,
Yes, we
but
did it.
this is our 17th pod. We've been off and on with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We stopped around Orion. Like when we added Orion.
I think
that
we added
was-
Orion and then quit it.
We were like, we can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
And months passed, and now Zach is gone.
Yeah, Zach's fine.
And
Sorry.
and Zach, your first circuit board was 2 weeks ago.
It was probably only like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Because we didn't
Just
do
about.
a circuit board for like
Yeah.
4 months since
That's
I've been
true.
here.
Yeah. But
They just didn't want to have me on here. They tried to put it off as long as possible.
the point of this podcast is to discuss the state of the channel, the state of our friendship,
Our lives.
the state of our lives. Yes.
Sounds like a movie. It's got to be a movie, right? The State of Our Lives.
Yeah, it's definitely starring Mel Gibson and Welp.
It's the sequel to Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
State of Our Lives.
That has to be the centerfold of a lot of jokes. The Passion of the Christ sequel. Yeah.
Probably.
Mel Gibson in. Yeah, he plays Jesus this
He plays
plays
Jesus.
Jesus.
And he's pissed. Oh, he's so pissed.
Did,
Look what you did.
did anybody see the movie?
What?
Passion of the Christ?
Yeah.
Sure.
You did. Does it have the whole?
It leaves it
like-
open for a sequel.
does it? Shut up. Oh my.
Totally. Come on.
Wait. Does he come back after the 3 days?
Well, okay. So,
No.
spoiler alert. Jesus Christ gets nailed to a cross. It takes the whole movie. And at the end, I think it was like a I don't think it was after the credits. It was right before the main credits rolled. Because you know the story of Jesus Christ.
Wait. Hold on. Please
Can we
tell
start
me.
at the beginning?
Please tell me that the end credit, that there's an end credit scene where it goes through all of it, and then he like shows up
Nick
like
Fury.
yeah.
comes
Nick,
in.
Nick Fury.
Recruited. You're going to heaven. No, they have a subtle thing where he comes out of the tomb. It shows him like getting up, and then the rock moving, and then he just walks out. So it's like
That should have been the end credit.
yeah, they should have waited.
Yeah.
Like see all the soundtrack listings and everything. And, like no animals, no camels were harmed in the making of this film, and then Jesus goes.
Yeah.
All right.
I watched. I don't know. I don't remember if I mentioned this on this podcast, but I watched. What's that action film that I told you recently? Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
And
What? Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. It is an old 80s.
Yeah. Isn't that the Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Christmas movie.
No, you're thinking of Die Hard.
Oh,
that's-
sorry.
They're not
You're
the
right.
same
You're right.
movie?
You're right.
What?
No.
Wait. Wait, it's a Thanksgiving film though. That's
Is
what I
it?
meant. Why I
Okay.
mixed it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never seen Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
I've
there
seen
is
Die
a.
Hard a few times.
It ends with him going to Thanksgiving dinner
I see.
with the family, the Glover family.
Good name.
But there is a scene. It was just like the one. It was the one part of the movie I was like, like that doesn't hold up, and it was there's an explosion. It's an action film, so there's an explosion in the house, and they both fall down, and Glover is on fire. Oh, no. Gibson's on fire, and Glover's trying to put him out. And as he's trying to put him out, it's like they're like kind of like rambling. They're like on the floor, like he's trying to get him out. And Gibson goes like, "Whoa, what are you doing? You a fag? What are you doing?" Yeah, he says that
What?
he says that because that was a word that we could use back
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
And and that always makes me think of the part in Teen Wolf where
He slam dunks.
well, not only that, he's a wolf.
Oh.
But Michael J. Fox finds out he's a wolf. He tells his super cool friend Styles he's trying to come out to him that he's a wolf.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, Styles, you know how Michael J. Fox is. And,
That's pretty good.
I've been going through some changes. And then Styles goes, wait, you're not going to tell me you're a fag or nothing. And then Michael J. Fox goes, no, man, I'm a wolf. And then Styles is totally cool with it.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine. Yeah.
I am a mythical being. Magic happens every time a full moon comes out. I'm not gay, though. Ugh.
Yeah, you mentioned that was who does that bit?
Oh, Eugene Merman.
Eugene Merman.
Yeah.
Eugene Merman is a class act.
Yeah.
He really is awesome.
But
I
yeah,
love his stand up.
the 80s didn't. It was a different time.
Different time.
Gay in the 80s.
Not gay and
Gay
fag.
in the 80s.
Yeah. You like the gay.
I like the gay.
You like the gay.
As a word.
As a word.
As a word.
Yeah.
Is it offensive? Because they always run
It's
into that.
getting that way.
Yeah, it's getting that
if
way.
it's not already.
Yeah,
it's
you're a
getting
little
there.
behind on the times.
I'm a little behind the times.
I don't think we're at G word level. You
No,
know how,
it's not like an F word.
or,
Yeah.
or how retarded.
Eventually, we're gonna
Yes.
make it to Z. Is that how it goes? A through Z.
Yeah, they just
That
go in order. They find words in the alphabet. Yeah, that's it. So, what is the state of the channel, guys? What's going on? We're in our fourth week.
yeah.
And it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, our fourth
Yeah.
week of streaming
New-
7 days a week.
New schedule, multiple studios, new faces, producers.
So many new faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all in the back, piled up.
All 20 of them.
Piles
Just,
of-
just
they're
keep
just
them back.
Yeah, we have 70 new people just raring to go.
Yeah.
Color Circuit Industries.
And potential new podcasts and shows
true.
and
Partnerships.
and
We can't really talk about anything right now.
no, I'll
right?
bet in a couple days though. Maybe next circuit board. I'll bet
Next
we could
circuit board.
start. Yeah.
So watch the next one.
Yeah. Don't watch.
really-
Skip this one. Skip this one. What can?
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Including the sexy person running the behind the scenes, says Nika Shane.
Hey, he's
Nigga.
doing double duty. He's got two hands.
Yeah.
He's like a keyboardist on a talk show. Like, hey.
Can we get sound effects?
We probably could. I accidentally started playing something during the RPG on Tuesday.
Did you?
It was the Tuesday before, but I accidentally played a YouTube video and I had to stop it.
Oh yeah,
you guys remember
we
that?
Heard it, yeah.
Yeah. It was like, it sounded like a sonnet for
Yeah.
Kendra or something. It was weird.
Did you guys hear? I was producing Loot and Tempest last night, and I was watching Portlandia. Did you hear any of that?
No.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just on my phone. And,
Yeah.
New season, final season, Portlandia, IFC.
It's still
Final?
a fucking show.
Final. Yeah, this is a final season. Episode 2 dropped Friday, or Thursday.
They're busy.
And-
They're busy comedians.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Carrie and Fred, they're great. So I was watching it. So I didn't know if you.
No,
Sometimes
no.
you guys were like really loud and then you're like really focused. So,
Right.
And then sometimes there was like a chainsaw on the episode, and sometimes there wasn't. So I didn't know.
A chainsaw?
Well, there was this loud part, like yelling parts. Like
Oh, okay.
I don't even know. I don't know where I got chainsaw, you guys. So good.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Fred Armisen.
Not a fan?
Armisberg.
I like some of the stuff.
He's a weirdo,
I
for
guess,
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like weird comedians though. I don't know. He's just
Sometimes it doesn't work out though. Like I was watching. I'm a huge Maria Bamford fan. I think you, Kevin, and I really dig her style. Some comedians have called her the best comedian living.
She's definitely a comedian's comedian.
Yes.
Like
comedian's comedian.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
comedians
Yeah.
will hang out and watch her set no matter what. Like Brian Regan, a slew of other comedians that comedians will bend over backwards to catch and watch.
Yeah, she's at the top of her game and has been for 10 years. Anyways, I'm watching the second season, and
Lady Dynamite.
Lady Dynamite, yes, her show on Netflix, and you were mentioning weird and Fred Armisen and all that, and it's definitely weird, but the second season hasn't caught me as much as the first season.
I went through the first season, and it was a lot going on, and like jumping back and forth in time,
Mm-hmm.
and I started season 2. Maybe something else came up, but I haven't gone back to it. Maybe just episode 1. I think I watched.
Yeah, and I'm about halfway through, and it just doesn't it still it has the weirdness in it, but it just isn't. It's just not as funny
I think I canceled.
as season 1.
Yeah.
Did it get canceled?
Yeah.
Really?
It got there was an announcement with like Lady Dynamite and like 2 other Netflix
Oh,
shows.
to be honest with
Yeah,
you,
I heard
I'm
about that.
kind of not surprised just because of the
Yeah.
way second season was going, which
Yeah.
is fine. She's still gonna.
a comedian. That's the thing about
Yeah.
comedians. Don't feel bad for them if they're a working comedian. If their show gets canceled, they will be a comedian.
Yeah.
They will still do like John Mulaney had a disastrously panned show on Fox. He left Saturday Night Live as the head writer. He was like, he has his own sitcom. It's going to be great. It's John Mulaney. He's hilarious. And then he did his show. It was like it came off as like a bad version of Seinfeld in a way. I mean, I still have John Mulaney, and he was just like, all right, I'll just go on tour.
That was the same thing with the other SNL guy. He ended up doing that movie where he like plays a million different characters, and there's one where he's like a turtle.
Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
There was one season of
my
that.
God.
Oh, the Dana Carvey show.
Yeah.
That didn't
Yeah.
do well. I thought that was actually a pretty popular
Well,
show.
it's popular in retrospect.
Now,
but
yeah.
in the late '90s, it was put on ABC after Home Improvement, and the first episode, the very first like cold open of the episode, Dana Carvey was playing Bill Clinton. I remember that. I watched this on TV, and he was talking about how he's helping the country, and basically by the end of the skit, it ramps up to where his shirt is open. He has teats, and he's milking puppies.
That sounds like the crowd of Home Improvement. That's
right,
the same
exactly,
demographic. Yeah.
And so they made a running joke on the Dana Carvey show because every week their sponsor would drop out.
Yeah.
So they would make a big deal about it's the Taco Bell presents Dana Carvey show,
Oh,
or
shit.
the Mug Root Beer presents Dana Carvey show every week.
How long did Ben Stiller's show run?
Actually, they did a pretty good run
Okay.
on MTV.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always heard that was like a really landmark. Like Bob Odenkirk was in it, Andy Dick was in it.
Yeah.
All those guys. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. I didn't
Yeah.
watch that. I never watched the Sarah Silverman show.
Right.
There's like a handful of those like Hallmark
Mm-hmm.
comedians that finally, because that's like many stand-ups' dreams is having the show,
the show,
Right.
yeah.
with their name or they're the center of it. Either or. And as far as I know, this is Maria Bamford's first show, where it was her show,
Yeah.
and so kind of a bummer that it didn't last. But
Right.
yeah,
But
she got to try out new things. Yeah.
Yeah, and she'll always be a comedian and really powerful.
I mean, how many super successful the shows are there? Like
Home
besides-
Improvement.
Cosby Show.
Cosby Show.
You have to give it to him. That was like the
Yeah.
number one show in
Yeah,
the
it's
80s.
true. Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Yep,
Oh, yeah,
probably
it's
the most
literally called
popular of them.
Seinfeld. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Ray Romano.
Yeah, everybody loves Raymond.
Everyone loves
The Kevin, what's his name?
Kevin James.
Kevin James,
King
Yeah.
of the King of the King of the King of the King of
King of Queens.
King
King
of
of
Queens.
Queens.
King of the
Why was it
Queens.
called King of Queens?
Because he
King
lived in
of
Queens.
Queens. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it was just like a.
How did that never stick? I never. Oh, Jessica and I. There was a Domino's car, Domino's delivery car driving down our street,
Yeah.
and I saw it, and I'm like, oh look, there's a Domino on the top, and I told her that I didn't realize until I was an adult that it was a Domino logo for Domino's Pizza. I just didn't. It never clicked. I think I don't know. I feel like this is a humble brag to some extent, but like some marketing, I can so easily tune things out that I think that was one of those things.
You just didn't make the connection.
I
That,
think
No.
you just don't like Domino's.
No, the
Well,
pizza's
so-
good enough.
No,
it's no
I'm talking
Pizza
about
Hut.
the board game. Right?
Oh, the board game. Tile laying game.
that's the genre of tabletop game.
I think
Tile
so.
laying game.
Yeah, I feel like somebody in the back could probably tell me, but I feel like it's a tile laying. Anyways, yeah, I just didn't. I don't know. Has that ever happened to you guys where you're just like you come to the realization way too late?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that. I lived at my mom's house for fucking ever, and every time I opened up the pantry door, there was like this giant fucking list of like how to make Thanksgiving like dinner and meals and all this stuff. I never noticed that until I went back there like last year.
But it's always
I've
been there.
my entire life.
Yeah.
She was cheating the whole time.
Yeah, I was like, what?
One of my favorite books, the Hitchhiker's Guide series. I think it's the second or third book. It starts off with the human and then the alien standing in a baseball field. Or no, they're standing like in the stands of a baseball field, and they're looking at the alien ship that landed in the outfield, and the main character is like, how come nobody sees it? I think Ford Prefect, but he's like, how come nobody's seeing the ship? And the alien explains to him, like, people just see what they want to see. Like, if
Yeah.
they wanted to see an alien ship, they would see
Right.
it. I don't know. That always stuck in my head as like reasons for like why we just can look past things so easily.
Well, they kind of did. They also approach that in Men in Black about how just like aliens are living among us and we're not really focused on
Yeah,
them
we're
at
not
all.
attuned to it. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're thinking, wow, maybe they're all aliens, but they're right among us.
Yeah. I just
with
watched that
us.
again the other day. It was good.
It's not a bad film.
It's a
The
fun one.
original.
Yeah. The original Men in Black. I think. No, they're not rebooting it. They're just rebooting other Will Smith thing. Oh, Bad Boys. They're rebooting Bad Boys.
Oh, okay.
One of the
Are
other
they
fun, buddy.
like original?
No, it is going to be
It's
the
just gonna be the
girl,
girl, right?
from the second movie. It's going to be solely based on her
Interesting.
moving from LA to Chicago. I think she's FBI.
I mean, it's not really bad boys at that point. It's like
Bad girl.
girl.
Here we
Singular.
go with the female Ghostbusters again. Ugh, ruining my childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never finished the first Ghostbusters.
Persons?
Ghost Persons.
Ghost person's movie.
You never saw the whole Ghostbusters?
I don't think
movie?
I've ever seen that. You know what? I want to say that I saw it as a kid.
You didn't see the Marshmallow Man?
Yeah, I do remember that. So like I have all these images in my head. I'm almost positive I've seen it all, but as an adult, I have not finished it. I think I keep falling asleep.
Really?
Same thing with that and The Fifth Element.
Okay.
Yeah.
Element's like fucking 3 hours though, isn't
Fifth
it? That's
Element, I can kind of get
Yeah.
that.
Okay. But yeah, I know. I'm
they're-
a bad comedy lover if I haven't finished Ghostbusters, right?
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
That's a powerhouse movie. I mean,
And I heard it took like 10 years to write.
yeah,
Yeah.
like originally, like John Belushi, John Candy, and Bill Murray. I think we're all going to be in the cast, but then
Really?
yeah, I think John Candy was going to be the Dan Aykroyd part. I mean,
Wow.
internet can prove me wrong.
Sure,
but,
sure.
Yeah, I think John Belushi was going to be the Bill Murray part.
Okay.
maybe. But yeah, as it stands, it's a classic.
I've only
classic
ever seen the
comedy.
new iteration like 5 times. No,
Do you-
I'm
do
just
you-
kidding.
do you- I was like, you really?
I have not seen the new one either.
I can't get you.
I hear it's just okay.
I heard, I saw it and it was fine.
Okay.
I love those women.
The
So-
Bridesmaids crew, basically, right?
Yeah, Kristen Wiig and
The rest of them.
Blonde girl.
the blonde.
I have you guys seen Bridesmaids?
I've
Oh
not.
yeah.
I didn't love the movie, and I felt really bad walking out of it because it was like the funniest parts to me were the little boy, the really creepy little boy that's like
Yeah.
staring at what's her name, and then John Hamm. So I realized that I just like the men in the movie. I'm so awful.
People see what they want to see.
John Hamm is so funny.
Oh no, Johnny
Yeah.
was solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a great movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta watch it again. It just
I
didn't
have
click.
no idea what it's even about. Besides, I guess,
The Bridesmaids. Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
And wackiness ensues.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it's weird and it's difficult, obviously, for women in comedy because it is a men's world, the
Yeah.
comedy world.
And then you have people that adamantly speak out saying that women aren't funny.
Which is
It's
insane.
stupid. Yeah. There's a shirt that I've seen. There's this female improv group that I like called Wild Horses, and it's Lauren Lapkus. That's the one that got me into it. And
Got you into improv.
I didn't into that group actually.
Oh.
And you know, like 3 other women, and I follow them on Instagram. They have a shirt that says "Men aren't funny." That I wanna get.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, there's so few because it is a men encroaching world of,
Right,
of
yeah,
and
right.
so like you just don't get to see as much talent in. I don't know. I feel weird because I don't follow a lot of female comedians. I mean, I follow some. I just can't name a ton. I mean, I don't know. I almost feel like a bad comedian because of that. I
Yes.
don't know.
Well, as you kind of should, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, but the
it's-
ratio is like it's got to be 95 to 5.
And if you go
right?
to any local open mic,
Yeah.
I mean, it's nobody is keeping anybody from that open mic.
No.
Anyone
Yeah.
can come.
Right,
up.
yeah.
So you can just see it in that. It's like a cross section of this is maybe nationally how comedy stacks up.
I heard something the other day that girls or females, women are potentially acclimating their acts, their bits in stand up to that of what they think men would find funny. And that's like it's a cultural shift in the comedy world and the comedy scene in that they kind of have to do this because this is the crowd that they're pandering to. This is the person that's running the open mic, the producer that might potentially put them on another show, something like that. So I don't know. It's just an interesting
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's interesting you started watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
As I was
today.
washing my dishes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you were watching Monk.
I was no. You
Tony
walked. You
Shalhoub-
walked in there.
Tony Shalhoub is in it.
Oh, is that why you thought I was watching Monk in
Yeah,
there?
he only is in one thing his entire career. Right?
No, he's in
No.
Men in Black also.
And
We're just talking-
Wings. He was in Wings.
I don't know what Wings
What
is.
the fuck is Wings?
It's a hit
Red Bull.
NBC comedy from the 90s, 80s. Shut up. So,
1955.
Yeah, you might as well be saying 55.
yeah. Anyway, but she talks about that because I mean she builds up her stamina as a comedian, and yeah, she brings that up. Like, why do we have to be talking? Why can't we just be ourselves?
Right.
You know, I mean, it's profound. You know that. I mean, it isn't a true story.
Right.
This Amazon show. But yeah, I mean, it's a good point. Like, why can't female comedians just talk about what's on their minds
Right.
like a male does?
Yeah, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is a Amazon Prime original show that is about a female coming up in the comedy world in the 70s.
Oh yeah, I know
50s,
exactly. What
I'd
you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
yeah.
And so I just started it as I was washing dishes an hour
I've
ago.
been trying to watch a lot
It's
more
pretty
like stand-up and comedy related things, like as much.
So
as I
you can be a participant in Circuit Board?
Hello, no, because I mean, I eventually want to do a set and stand-up and stuff like that.
Please
so-
do.
But
Come on.
come the
I don't know if they can hear us. Hello. How's it going? Eve?
hi.
All right.
Yes.
I had a rumor though. Wait, before we start, I want to get your guys' opinion on
A
it.
rumor?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not a rumor. It's a supposedly there's
Choose your words.
a law with a principle, an idea
Law,
comedy.
rumor, law, principle, idea.
all these things.
Okay.
that
okay.
K sounds are generally more funny.
Yes.
Like so like the lady I was watching, she's super inspirational. The lady who invented Spanx.
Okay.
She chose it because it had like a K sound in it, and it sounded like it was comedic, and
Ah.
comedy friends told her.
Spanx. Yeah.
And
Yeah, there is a a theory, an idea that you're right, that it's a hard word to find, but in stand up, in that if you use words that have hard consonants like a K
yeah,
or a P, you're more likely to get laughs because they tend to be like these harsher
Yeah.
words that carry like pussy, cunt,
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
like words that yeah. People
Bad
tend
words.
to bad words. People tend to laugh
we
more at those, apparently.
Color Striker did not support Dylan.
We don't support me. Yeah.
The views and opinions of Dylan Ray do not necessarily reflect those
Thank
of
you.
Color
They
Circuit
support
or
all of
its
it.
subsidiaries.
Hello, Eve. Hi. We're in the middle of a podcast. We'll be done in 5 or so. Yeah. Thanks for coming by.
Cool. It's like, okay.
And so yeah, that's something that I've heard. There's like a lot of like, I don't know. I took a workshop once that like talked about all these like weird nuances that you wouldn't necessarily know unless you were told it. You know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
things that you
yeah.
can pick up on by watching a lot of
And then
comedy,
you're just like,
obviously.
Oh, so now you see the Matrix code kind of.
You kind of see the Matrix
yeah.
code a little bit. Yeah.
Well,
The
it's
wo-
like, after, watching an improv scene now, I'm like, oh, I know what they're doing.
Yeah, and it's
I
probably
know.
hard in any like entertainment thing to watch somebody and not think about the inner
Sure.
workings of what happens and what goes
Yeah.
on behind. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that applies even outside of entertainment, right? Like if you're an engineer and you're
for
crossing
sure.
a bridge, you're looking at
Yeah.
how that bridge was made,
Yeah,
right?
like as a server, whenever I see people serving people, you think about like their like everything else.
You think about
in between. Yeah.
stealing the
Yeah.
potato.
Yeah, exactly. Like grabbing potato off of someone's fucking plate. No one will get that unless you go back and watch our clips.
Oh,
Or-
it's a famous story.
It's a
in the
famous
annals
story.
of circuit board.
I've never used that word.
Annals.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. You, of course you do.
I like annals.
I like annals.
You like
Yeah.
animals?
The word annals. God damn it.
I don't.
Yeah. Wings was a show on NBC, must-see TV in the 1990s.
Was it good?
Was it good?
Yeah, it went on for like 9 seasons, and then it was on forever on USA.
There's a
and
lot of
reruns.
shows that lasted for a long time that weren't good.
Well, that's true, but no, it went on for a long time, and yeah, it was. And then the joke they made a joke on The Simpsons of it. It was on USA like all the time. That's the only programming they had.
Yeah, it's like It's like Impractical Jokers for True TV. It is like 70 to 80% of their
Every day
content.
you can get a block of it.
It's so weird that like you, if you like run a network and you have one show that's so successful,
Yeah.
and then that's all you. I don't know. It's a little bit sad.
Well, in like with G4, RIP.
Exactly. That's exactly what I
They
was
would
about to talk
play
about.
cops all day.
Cops
to
and
pay the
fucking cheaters,
bills,
man.
Right?
Cops
Yeah,
and cheaters.
Really?
yeah.
Dude, G4 used to be. I'm glad you brought. That was exactly what I was going to try to segue into. G4 used to be like nothing but gaming.
Yeah.
And then it came like Attack the Show came up, and they kind of changed it, and so did what was the other show?
Well, there was X-Play.
X-Play came around
Yeah.
around that time, and like they started doing more stuff like that. And then they fucking started dropping off all their old gaming shows, and it started being like just Attack the Show, X-Play, and then Cops and Cheaters.
Right.
And eventually they got fucking pushed out somehow.
Well, yeah,
It was just Cops and Cheaters.
Well, yeah, like they started out in earnest, like it's going to be a 24-hour video game network.
Yeah.
It's like awesome.
It was awesome. It was so cool.
And they would have like retrospectives on like Tetris and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, cool shit. And but yeah, that didn't pay the bills, so they had to like buy syndication shows like Cops and
Yeah.
and Cheaters to fill out their programming, and then they kept on hemorrhaging money. And I think by the end they only had like X-Play and Attack of the Show, and that
Yeah,
was
that became the. Does the guy from Attack of the Show or whatever, Ryan, Kevin?
Pereira.
He
yeah.
still does shit.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, so I have a friend that works at
It's the Attack now, right?
at a Twitch network called The Attack, and they recently got bought by Disney to do Disney XD programming.
Oh.
And I think it's like all kind of like game show related. Kind of think of like late Nick at night, or not late Nick at night, but old Nickelodeon where they would do
Yeah.
game show types.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit like that in talk show
Those
stuff.
have never worked out.
Yeah, I guess in the long run, probably not as
Yeah.
much. I have that's my understanding that I
Okay.
was, and so my buddy was kind of like happy because he's like, we got picked up by Disney. That is a huge deal.
That is, yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
But the Attack though still runs on Twitch, and it's all conversational shows like this, and they just get on comedians and actors and things like that, and they
would
talk to
the
them.
Attack be a show or a channel?
The Attack is still a Twitch channel.
Okay.
And I think they run like 4 shows a week, and as far as I've seen, and every time it's on, and I think I've seen the schedule, it is just Talking Head,
It's
and
just
it's
a
kind of
Talking Heads thing.
weird, to be honest with you. But I think that's because, and don't quote me on this, that all of the rest of the programming is moved over to Disney.
Okay.
Or
interesting.
Disney bought the rights to say like, you guys can't do video game stuff anymore, because they don't do video game stuff anymore.
That's weird. That was their bread. That was
Yeah.
not
And there's-
as much, but that was like still their
And
thing.
tech
Right.
and, yeah,
Yeah.
all that stuff. There's still watching the last days of G4 was blissful because it's like everyone's on the Titanic and no one's getting in the boat. They're just happy about it.
Yeah.
That mentality. Like there's this bit where Matt Myra was doing a end of like a holiday buyer's guide for like tech stuff. Oh, you're gonna want to get this new TV, this new camcorder, all this stuff, and he had a telestrator. And he had the guy the British actor, I forget his name, but he was on Torchwood, the Doctor Who spinoff. And it was him and Matt Myra going through this, like, basically newspaper ad of, like, tech deals. And, like, he's circling the prices, he's circling the object, and, like, by default, he's drawing dicks.
Yeah.
And everybody is getting into it, and by the end, they're just in tears. And like the first one is kind of an accident, and then Matt Meyer just adds another ball, and then gets it going. And they didn't give a fuck because they were all out of jobs.
Yeah.
They still had to do shows until like this day.
Right.
It was this thing in the sand, and they're all depressed and probably drinking heavily. And it's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And they just had this blissful let go moment. And and like Chris Hardwick was on the set, and he like jumped on and did something, and then he ran
So
off.
awesome.
It's still on YouTube.
I'm so
I think,
jealous of
but-
him.
So all that stuff, led into, I think, like Nerdist existing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a little crossover.
Because there was Jonah Ray also on.
Jonah, I don't think did any Attack the Show stuff. But
Okay,
Matt Myra,
Matt Myra, Chris
that was one
Hardwick.
of his first like TV jobs.
Okay.
was, Attack.
Chris Hardwick. I think Jessica Chobot
Mm-hmm.
was on Attack. And so then they all kind of moved over.
What happened to like Megan Pereira, the girl from the X-Play, and then the other dude?
I don't know.
Was that his wife?
No, I don't
No,
think.
I think
they
it's just
were
a coincidence.
together.
That might not be her last name, but I'm pretty sure it was something Megan P or something like that.
Yeah, Megan.
And then Olivia Munn disappeared and became an actress.
Yeah,
I
she's
guess.
doing movies. She's an X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy actually does like media stuff here and
Does
there.
he?
Like
Okay.
he'll pop in as like an expert or something like that. He'll do his own. He probably has his. Everyone has a fucking podcast.
Everyone has a
I'm
podcast.
sure he has a podcast.
Yeah, I miss those guys. I miss Cheat too. Did you ever watch Cheat?
I think so.
No,
Yeah.
that one like girl with the shorter hair and she taught you all the cheat codes and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a fun show.
I watched Cheaters,
Yeah, I
which
hate
is the only reason that
Turned
network
into-
was
it
standing.
even existed. Yeah. I was so salty when I was a kid and like that was all that was on
Like,
there.
why the fucking cheats? I could see you like throwing pizza at the
No,
TV.
not because they were cheating. Just
Oh.
because my channel was ruined.
I know. I didn't think it was because they were cheating. That you were just so adamant that cheating is the worst.
How could they do that?
How can they cheat?
Ah.
Yeah, I love the idea of somebody being so into the show Cheaters.
Like every episode. How can they do this? to
Like
that
they
person?
think it's
love them.
never going to. They think it's always gonna be a different show.
Don't
Like
they,
this time they're not gonna cheat.
Yeah, yeah. This is gonna be like the Christmas special where they don't cheat.
special.
They always like met them in a park or something.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
camera crew and the actual boyfriend or
What a
girlfriend or
weird
whatever.
show.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
man.
weird show.
Who hosted it? Do we know?
Oh god, I don't know.
And how do they get the legal rights to put someone like on TV? Like
Well,
that?
no, it's all recorded, and so that person would have to sign off.
Yeah. So who's
Yeah.
On
gonna
it.
sign? Who signed off on? Yeah. I want
Anybody
you-
that
Plenty of
ended up on
people.
television.
I want you to show me that I'm an asshole to the world.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I think it's just like I can be on TV.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought of it like Jerry Springer is still going on.
No.
He
Yes,
still has his
absolutely.
You're
show.
lying.
Yes. I'm
Is
not
it
lying.
Jerry?
It's Jerry.
Jerry,
He's still fucking doing
Jerry.
it.
For a
Also,
while, it wasn't. No. For a while,
Marty.
there was a spin-off.
I think that's still going too.
Oh my
the
God.
Steve Bilko show.
Yeah, Jerry's
His
Jerry's
bodyguard.
bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh
Show.
my
So
God, the show's still
it's
going
still
on.
fucking going on. Like the same white trash trailer park bullshit that like I remember going to like middle school, high school, and this being a thing like Jerry Springer just like sweeping the nation with its too hot for television. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh
And
my
it's
God.
Still, it's 2018, and he's still doing.
So we're
shows.
talking 20 years at least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
oh yeah.
It's insane. Maury's
my
still open
God.
too, right?
Maury is still
Are
having
you-
men pee on sticks and
Yeah.
giving blood samples for paternity tests.
Yeah, not the wife.
Yeah,
Not the wife.
father.
Not the wife.
Not the wife. You're not the father.
I'm not the wife. Yeah, that's when they came to the
Like,
realization.
no, Maury, that's not what we were discussing.
Come on in. Come on in.
We're not doing anything. Yet.
So yeah,
Important.
it's crazy that those shows are still churning out content.
I can't believe it.
That'll
That's
be us.
amazing.
20 years will be circuit.
Can we
boarding.
just do
Yeah.
that? Like the first Twitch channel that has P tests.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
I want to set. We'll just do a whole show where we try to break records on stream. We'll try to break all of the Twitch
The
records.
first Twitch show
The
to
first.
do.
We'll call it
Okay.
the first.
The first. Ooh, that would actually be kind of fun. Yeah.
Coming from Color Circuit next week. The first.
the first. We do have a
Cranking out new episodes.
somebody.
new
I don't
shows.
know if that's actually like if it's in the books yet, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, Ask a Pathfinder, Michael, whatever his name is. I don't know his last name. He's from Australia, so he's got some crazy ass Australian last name. But he broke
Shout out.
Like Mate.
yeah, it's Michael Mate. That's his name. What's the name of that weird stuff that they spread on toast?
Oh, gross.
No, it's not called Gross.
Oh, I thought that's what it was called.
Vegemite.
Yeah, Michael
Vegemite.
Vegemite. That's
Michael
his name.
Vegemite. This is my friend Brian Didgeridoo, and we fight crime in
Didgeridoo.
Australia.
He did 80 hours of a tabletop marathon. It was the game he played was Pathfinder. That's his
MO.
pen name. His MO online is Ask a Pathfinder.
What is MO?
Modus operandi.
Yeah.
Basically like what your
Oh.
how would you define modus operandi?
It's your it's I was gonna say your milieu.
It's like it's like your main thing.
Your milieu operation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're swapping Latin with French.
Yeah.
It's like your thing.
It's almost like a mission statement.
Yeah.
Your mission statement.
Yeah.
So we do have some record breaking on the channel.
Guys, that's crazy. This Tuesday is the show with that guy that has the world record. Oh my God, I'm on it. Tune in for Ask a Pathfinder.
How have you been?
Tales from the
You
Undertaker.
could be honest too. How have you been liking it?
Oh, I love role playing games.
Okay,
I
yeah.
love Michael's fantastic at it. And I'm not just saying that because he's like happens.
No,
to
he
be-
really gets into it.
He reminds me a
Yeah.
lot of the guy who runs Critical Role.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, he's not like Matt Mercer, who's been a voice actor for fucking 20 years. or
Sure,
whatever,
sure.
But like, he's really good at doing what he does,
Right.
and he gets into it, and he creates a universe, and it's kind of like the same feel. I was super excited sitting there, and he went straight into character right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this is way more like awesome than I originally thought it might have been. Because
Sure, yeah,
so much
because
better at it than
there's so many different like levels or variations
Yeah,
of how
exactly.
somebody's gonna game master.
he could have just
again.
been like some like quiet dude who like kind of just like spoke with no like inflection or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to run a role playing show that is like purposefully comedy based.
No, I would love
Um,
that too. I want to do like have the perception check basically, where the audience
Yeah.
can affect the game, which is always funny.
Yeah, that'd be fun too.
Game, yeah.
Yeah. There's
I haven't done Fiasco in a while either.
Fiasco. Yeah, Rilke's been talking about running that on Ludum Tempest.
Cool,
He really
cool.
wants to get that. He loves those kind of
That'd be
games.
fun.
I sense more people.
I sense more people too. So we'll call it a day.
What?
Please stay tuned, Negashane.
Negotiate.
I can't. I feel weird
Negashane.
saying that out loud.
should.
It's his fault. Hey, cool hair.
kind of a
I
weird-
like it.
Kind of a weird word.
Kind of a weird word. On MLK Day, obviously, the History Channel has played a marathon of American Pickers.
Michael,
Anyways, yeah, stay tuned for Star
guys,
Wars.
we're reading
The Star
the
Wars.
Star
The
Wars.
Star Wars. The original script on
two.
Rough Draft Theater. This is part 2. So watch this and then go back and watch part 1. That's how it
That's
should be
right.
watched.
You should, that's how chronologically that makes sense.
Yeah,
We're
this-
doing it the Star Wars style. We're not releasing an order.
It
Yes.
already has a prequel, so
Look at
watch
that,
last.
crazy.
Anything else, guys?
Nope.
No,
Before
I'm
we
good.
call it a day?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mr. Producer back there.
Z-
And all you got to do is go to that output and hit that button. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.